Hello, my name's Vivien Creegor and I'm normally known as a newsreader.
Sky News with Jeremy Thompson and Vivien Creegor.
The theatre hosting it doesn't know what the title is and no one has a clue what it's about.
But a new production at the National Theatre is already completely sold out.
Israeli officials have told Sky News that the second phase of the Middle East Peace Conference will go ahead on Sunday in Madrid. British stars are hoping for some American recognition tonight as Los Angeles prepares to host this year's Emmy Awards. Ricky Gervais, Ian McShane and Hugh Laurie are among those nominated for the television accolades.
I'm also known as a bit of an interviewer as well, I suppose.
You say you've created all these jobs, but the unions are telling you they've got to be real jobs. They're not convinced.
Well, I think 80,000 nurses, more nurses, will be real jobs.
We mentioned a couple of the villains that you played, and we showed that clip of Pinky, certainly. But you've also done some sort of genial people in films as well. Did you prefer the villains or the nice, kindly old men?
Well, the terrible danger of being boring, just being a kindly old man. I mean, as an actor.
Well, theatre critic and Mike Leigh biographer Michael Coveney joins us now from our central London studio. Good evening. Have you got any moles inside the National Theatre?
No, not at all.
But I can do other things as well.
So, will you come through the keyhole, Vivien Creegor? What's been the most difficult thing you've had to do on television?
Well, there have been so many, David. I think in terms of physical difficulty, this was for the BBC, in fact, I once had to do a parachute jump. We fell out of the back of this plane at 11,000 feet, I think it was. I had microphones. We had a cameraman who fell out before me. We land in a heap.
Home video? Hello, Mum. Councils around the country have discovered something that rakes them in a cool £1 billion a year, and we all know what it is. Parking fines, clamping and towing away. We're the mugs that are giving them this money. So, how do we put the wardens out of business?
Bristol, come in, Vivien Creegor. What are you wearing tonight?
Oh, it's a lovely little number, Terry. I think it was made by an Irish peasant. It wasn't you, was it?
I think Sky News broke the mould of the sort of the po-faced newsreader. Sky headline... What was the last thing you said, Mr. Major?
I'm glad it made such a profound impression.
Let's ask our audience to round up their views of the issues discussed during this forum. I'm doing well, aren't I?
And another couple of things. Keep a bag of cha-ching in the car, 20p pieces, 50p pieces, pound coins, etc., so that you've always got money for the ticket machines and for the meters.
Right, I'm trying my Cambodian out on the children. I'm trying to ask them if this is good food, because for some of them this is the only meal they'll get today. Some of them are orphans, they're living in an agency building near here. Some of them are street kids. They have got parents and they go back to the parents after they have this meal, but they're living on the streets. And the food comes from the World Food Programme. Other agencies provide money to keep this place going. Looks all right, actually, the food. Doesn't look bad at all.
You're basically a business person who has an interest in the internet, or an internet person who happens to be interested in business.
The first one, really.
And do we believe the councils when they say it's not about raising money? After all, wardens are getting bonuses, they're getting gifts from Argos, according to how many tickets they write.
Paris has Yves Saint Laurent, New York has Calvin Klein, Milan has Giorgio Armani. Rome now wants to join that fashion elite, and the city's aspirations are resting on the young shoulders of Guy Mattiolo.
Mrs. Clinton was scheduled to speak at a World Health Organization forum on women's health, which I was to chair.
And this is it, the final part of the process, the distribution of what was on those WFP trucks. There's
tinned fish, there's also soya bean oil, there's iodized salt, and I'd show you a bag of the all-important rice, only it weighs 50 kilos.
Our huge thanks to Vivien, to Vivien Creegor.